Alright, welcome back to Danksco Traders Hub. Apologies for the delay, but we are here. Let me know if there is any problem with the sound, so that I can sort it out. Please, if you don't mind, go ahead and invite people, invite those that you want to join, and of course, don't forget to also subscribe, like, share. Yeah, it works. It helps me a lot to actually have it helps me a lot on YouTube to actually push us to as far as they can with their algorithm. So without wasting any more time, let's pray and get started today's analysis. All right, Father, we give you praise. We love you. Thank you for today's morning. We give you praise for the beautiful morning. As we start today's session, Lord, we know that you're here already. We know that you're ready to give us good insight of the charts, to give good signals, oh God, good entry and exit points. Thank you for the profits that we're making today. Thank you for yesterday's profits that we made. Thank you that we didn't get any loss as far as the entries that we made on the VIP are concerned, and as far as the analysis that we made here is concerned, Lord, we know we got the right trades that you gave unto us. We give you praise for that, and we know that even today is going to be bigger and better than yesterday. We give you praise. We love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right. So as usual, crash 500. Please go ahead and let your friends know we have started, so that they can come in and we look at the charts together. All right, so that's crash 500. So yesterday we had a sell. Yesterday, those who remember, this was a sell I was looking for, and after it doing that, it gave me that entry. This was my entry right there. That was my entry. I sold it, took my stop losses and profits right there. I again entered another sell, still took me out right there. Yeah, and that was it. I didn't enter again. It came all the way back to the entry, to the TP that we wanted, and that was a fair value gap on H1. We wanted to get an entry right here. That's where I had my limit order, and it came over. Actually, like that was early this morning. It was activated, and then we just a minute. All right, apologies on that. So I was saying, and after that we saw price, my limit order was activated right there, and it went all the way. Early morning I set my stop loss. After coming on the charts, I saw that and I set my stop loss just below that low, and currently price is trying to it has reversed actually on the entry point again to come down into sells. I have my order block, my fair value gap right in between there that I'm seeing right there. Price is reacting on that. We want to see if we'll actually get into sells, into buys again. According to M15, we should be getting into some buys. Let's use fib and see. Let's use fib and see. So it's coming around such an area, so I can use actually this and do this. That's an area I'm looking at price to react to. Yeah, that is an area I'm looking at price to react to. So I'll put another limit order right here. 0. Crash is very slow, so I'll put another limit order as 0.1. I normally use 1 here, so I'll put another one just like that, just a bit there if it tries to look for to make a spike right here. So I'll put it just there and wait. Yeah, I'll do that and wait and see what will happen. According to H1, remember we got this change of character right here. This was a change of character right there. So according to price action, we should be in buys. We should be getting buys. And that's the reason why I was looking at an entry here, but it decided to go all the way to that order block. So if it breaks this and comes here, then it's trying to change and continue with the sells. But as far as we're concerned, as far as this is concerned, this asset, we even see on H4, we had a change of character right there. We had a change of character right there. So that means we will be looking at some good time buys right now. So let's wait and see what happens with H1. H1 CCI still says it needs some sells. I'm just wondering why it needs sells, because there is no point of interest left back to actually push for the sells. So we may consolidate right here until probably H1 gets oversold. So right now, let me delete everything right here that helped us to make money yesterday. Okay, so even this is no longer necessary. Yeah, even that, delete. So this is the current thing that we have. We need price to push from this level and take us right there. All right, enough of boom of crash 500. Enough of crash 500. Let's get to boom 1000. Boom 1000. Now boom 1000. If you want, you can enter now. If you want, you can enter now. Boom 1000 buy, because I had my limit order waiting down below. Yesterday we made money on it. It went and hit the first TP, but it later came back down to retest that fair value gap right in there. So currently you can see that's where price is reacting from. So I had my limit order right there waiting. It was also activated today morning. It was also activated today morning, and you can clearly see that now I'm in some profit. So you can right now make your entry and put your stop loss below here. I'll put my stop loss just below here. Okay, let me put it just here. I'll put it right here and wait. Let me see H1. H1 says we need to look for some sales. Weird, because unless if it is consolidating within this limit now, in this range. So let's look at the range where we have currently. And I would first even use this boom all the way here to there, and that would be a range that we have right there. And this would be coming all the way from there, like that, and that would be the limit that we are actually seeing currently. I mean the range that we are currently seeing. So first delete this, delete that, check it out, delete this. This is no longer needed. So price is gonna come. If you're going to trade enter, but know that your TP is right there. For now your TP is going to be right there because that resistance is holding up price. This resistance right here, yeah, I showed it to you yesterday. Those who remember, I showed it to you yesterday, and that's where we had our first TP level. So that is where price is going to go for now. We will anticipate, of course, continuation of this, but we may still consolidate a bit more within. We may, not the word I'm using, we may, but we may see another move later probably, but also there's a possibility of reaching here and then continuing with the buys and giving us a breakout. So you have to understand that even as much as we are seeing this is a rising, sort of a rising wedge, this rising wedge, if you look at H4, it's been on it has to first give us a fake breakout. There's so much liquidity left back right there, and that will be like a breaker block right there. But even though we see that according to daily we need buys, that is for sure. That is for sure. According to daily we need buys. We are oversold and we reached even that support area on the daily time frame. If I go to weekly, you still see that. So that's why we need buys. We need buys. So this will just give us that and then again bring us down. We may see price reacting right there and then come down again, then later to confirm the reversal on daily time frame, and then we get back into the buys. So you need to understand what we are seeing currently. So enough of that. Go back to H1. Let's maintain our buys. Have your stop loss just below this low so that you don't risk a lot. All right, that is boom 500 for us there. Boom 500 for us right there. Let's now head over to boom 500. Congrats to those that made money yesterday on boom 1000, because we made money yesterday. This was the move. Let's see what was the move history. That was the move. Took me out in my stop loss. I didn't close on the first TP. Took me out when I was not on the charts. So it took me out and came, tested, went back, then came back to this, almost to the entry point. Actually, it came back to the entry point right there, if you can see that. Yeah. So let me sorry guys, let me hope you made that money, because this we entered it on the live analysis yesterday. So congrats to those that made money on it. So let's get to boom 500 now. Boom 500, the analysis, I think it was off. Why was it off? Because of the resistance right there. Price kept held up by that resistance. We never saw a breakout, so price reacted back. Went back again into sells. So H1 was already showing us sales, but it got enough momentum to actually get a breakout on that support. This was a first breakout, which was almost a fake breakout, but then we got enough momentum to break that level and even give us a break of structure from the previous low, which is that one. So from that, we got this as a weird break of structure, which is almost like a fake break of structure right there. If I go to H4, this is insignificant. Yeah, if I go to H4, that cannot be a break of structure. You can clearly see that that is not a break of structure on H4. So that means we have what? That means we are looking for a reversal. That means we are looking for a reversal. So all we need now is price to create a lower high, and then it comes back here to look for a lower low that will try to take out this low here, and once it fails to take it out, and then we will be knowing we have a reversal. So all I need is something like this, something like that, and then my entry will be when it reverses back to give me that. Yeah, this is just going to give me a new lower high right there, and then price will try to look for a lower low, but it will fail to get a new lower low. Why? Because there will no longer be momentum for more sales. So the new lower low will not be accomplished. That mission to create a new lower low will not be there, and now we will have ourselves a low that will now trigger buys to give us a change of character at a certain point, either here, whatever the area, as long as it finishes create a lower high, and that's when we will anticipate reversal to give us what we need. So for now we cannot trade this. We just have to leave it to play around and give us what we need. This is no longer necessary. Delete it. This can also go. That can also go. We can take off that too. So even that, I don't need anything now. Delete that. That was a block of structure, so we have a lower low right here. Yeah, according to H4, we don't have a low yet, so we'll wait for that. Yeah, I think that's it on Boom 500. And Boom 500 still has a lot. We haven't started reversal yet. We can't anticipate any reversal. On H1 it is oversold. Clearly right there you can see that it is oversold, meaning we need buys, but then we need to confirm that reversal before we can come in with the buys. And yeah, we will even wait for M15 to give us a clear entry for us to get into the buys. Otherwise, I think that's enough on Boom 500. So we wait now for this kind of move on how we will be making this buy move. All right, leave it on H1. Let's head over to V25 oneness. V25 oneness means some big floating losses. Wow. I forgot to take off that limit order. V25S, V25 1S. I forgot to take off this limit order, which was on this when you go to M15, it was on that support. Yes, those who remember yesterday's analysis, Actually, we made good money, some good money right here. So first take off all these trend lines and arrows and look at what I'm talking about. Okay, I've even deleted this. So this area is what I had anticipated for the price to react back to while we were in the analysis. That was the area to give us a fake breakout, because it was where we had that confluence of price and even here. But price decided to come for this one right here, and that's where we had our entry. So this was my entry of buys right there, to get us into buys, to take us up there. I kept, of course, trading my stop loss, and price later on came and took me out. But those who are on VIP, I told you guys to cross when it came around that area. So we made some good money right here on V25-1S. Then it decided to play around like that until it reached our TP level late in the evening. Let's see what time was it when it hit that TP. That was what, 19, around 10 p.m. 10:30. Yeah, around 10:30. That's when price reached that our TP level. So now that we see that price, then after hitting the TP, this was a TP, by the way. This was a TP from there to here. Those who know how we normally do this, that was a TP. Oh, it missed it somehow. Slight miss. It missed it. It was a slight miss right there. Yeah. So we didn't actually hit the TP. Let me go to H1 and see. Yeah, if you had gone for this first move, this one right there, that one was hit. That one was hit right there. That was a first TP. So that one's the second TP right here. Right there. So those two, this first one was hit perfectly. The second one was never hit. So we can take it out now, remove even that. So delete everything right there. Delete that too. Alright, so this, this. And now we saw price. Wait a minute, don't tell me we didn't get a break of structure. We actually did. It came to grab liquidity on that fair value gap right there. Grabbed that liquidity, started the sales according to H4. Okay, now that makes sense. So we are selling, but we don't have a reversal confirmation. So if we don't have a reversal confirmation, it means price is going to get back up. Price is going to go back up. So if I go to H1 hasn't given me a change of character yet. It hasn't given me a change of character yet. So it tells me, even though I'm seeing lower lows and lower highs, price is going to get back into buys. And hopefully, let's go to H1, use fib. Let's use fib right here to understand where price is likely to come back to, and that will be that order block right there. That will be that order block. That's a point of interest within our area of interest. Alright, so that means I'm looking for something like this. Then price will later on get back into sales. Okay, need to bring this right here. I'm looking for this right there, that kind of move, and then price will get me into sales at a later stage. So for now, what do? We wait for an entry on M15. Actually, why do I have to wait? I can enter now because M15 is already giving me a signal of being oversold. Okay, let me wait for another candle here, M15 candle. Once the next M15 candle is a buy, or if this closes as an inverted hammer, then I will be looking for the buys. I'll be looking for the buys right here. So let me wait for that. If I get any signal of buys, I'm going to enter even if price will not be above my 10 MA. According to M5, I'm already seeing what is happening. So, but still not yet, no confirmation of me entering. So I wait. We'll get back to it before we finish today's session. So that is volatility 25 1S. Let's leave it at M15 and we'll come back to it. V75, volatility 75 or 75, Vol 75. Oh yes, I'm seeing some comments here. Good morning Felix, good morning Esther, good morning Patrick, how are you guys? All right, so V75, what did we analyze yesterday? This was the analysis yesterday. We wanted a fake breakout through this side to later on get into some buys. We had two levels of entries. We had this one right here on that fair value gap, and it is the one actually where price reacted from and went into buys. This one, price never came back to it on that fair value gap on H1. It was only mitigated by just touching it and never came back to fully mitigate it. So we saw price reacting to the one on M15, and that's where the buys started from. But I couldn't enter because of its momentum, the way it was moving, so I never made any entries. Wait, I actually entered a sell to sell it down, and it took me out in profits. I don't remember this sell. Oh yes, when it pushed back here, when it pushed back right there, that confirmed my sell, but it was a fake sell because price mitigated fully this fair value gap and started the buys. So I was happy I didn't make any loss right there because I quickly quickly adjusted my stop loss and profits, and that's how it took me out. So now that we know one of our options was taken, I hope someone right here made that move, and probably you're still in it, but because of this momentum, I don't believe anyone is still in it with the buys. So let's take this out right now. Go to H1. This is now disrespected. Let's take it. This is mitigated. Remove it. And now this move that we needed, it's still viable. It will at a certain point come for this liquidity. It cannot leave it untouched, so we leave it there because it's still a very important point of interest for us right there. So price is now in an uptrend, giving us higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is not a high. Higher low, higher high, oh higher high, higher low, higher high, low, and now we are moving in. We have reached that point of interest. I have my horizontal line right there. I don't know why I drew it. Let me go to H4. Oh, that is a breaker block. That is a breaker block. That is a breaker block. If you push it to the left, this was where price broke structure form to give us our current lower low right there. If you see that. So can delete. Oh yes, can delete it now. Now we know that. So head back to daily, go back to daily. Daily, we have that break of structure, lower low, retest. We should be now coming in with our sales to continue according to the daily time frame. According to the daily time frame. Those who remember, I had done this to show you that now we will be starting buys. You can see now price respected that order block. That it's an H4 order block. It's an H4 order block. Right there. You can see it right there. So now that we know that H4 is still in a buy trend, we have our trend line right here. So it's likely to continue buying to reach that trend line. On that very level, we have this, we have that. So it's likely to come to that right there and touch the trend line, and we begin sales again. So now that we know that, how are we going to take advantage of it? Go to H1. Go to H1. Yeah. Unless if you're scalping, you can enter and keep, on the chart waiting, but I can't enter such asset, such trades. All I know is it's going to go there, and then it will give us a reversal to push price back again down. Why? Because H1 we are ready to sell. H4 it's almost reaching oversold. It's almost reaching overbought, I mean, right there. But then on a daily time frame, we are just looking for a retest according to CCI, retest, and then continue selling. That's what we are looking for. So today, the whole of today, we may actually keep buying. The whole of today, we may keep buying until we reach there. So after H1 reaching there, it may consolidate a bit to try to give us a change of character, which is our reversal signal that we always look for, and then we look for that kind of a sell. And this sell, of course, like I told you, it left this liquidity. It will have to come and mitigate it right there. Enough of V75 now. There is no trade right now. Leave it. Unless there's no trade, unless if it fails to go straight and makes a retest. Go to M15, look at that. It's looking for a high. So if it is looking for a high, what is our previous low? Our previous low is this. This is a valid previous low. So it means it can easily, if this remains as a high and tries to retest, it means price can easily retest back here within that area. But if this becomes our low right here, then this one right here, if price takes that as our low, then price will react within here. So those are the levels price can easily react back to before it continues with the buy. So we have those levels. So I want you to also note that the price can easily give you a retest. A retest move down to grab some liquidity right on those levels and then head back into the buy as the day is still afresh. So let's wait and see what happens. Alright, enough of that. Let's go to jump 50. Please, if there is something you want clarity on or something you're seeing that I've missed, please, you can give me a comment. You can send a comment in the comment section and let me know and let me understand what you're looking at or what your request is, and we'll look into it. All right, jump 50. And of course, if you don't mind, you can go ahead and like the stream, give us a thumbs up right there, and we really appreciate it. So what was happening before I go to today's analysis? What happened yesterday? What was the analysis? We had, if you go to H1, we had a change of character right there, and we needed a retest right here to give us that buy. So did we enter it? This is jump 50. Did we enter it? I did actually enter it. Yesterday I was already in this buy. No, it was the limit order was activated. Yes, this was a limit order. The first one was taken out here, then the second one I was in it. The limit order was activated. This was a fair value gap on M5, I think. It was activated, and then the buy started. This was the second entry. I was waiting for this so that I could give it to the VIP guys, but it was late already. It was very late. This price reacted to it later in the night. That was around 22, 23, midnight. Yeah, it reacted to this at midnight. And of course, I don't normally give the guys limit orders to leave in the market because I need them to activate their stop losses, and most of the times I myself don't put stop losses on limit orders. I wait for them to be activated, then I activate the stop losses. That's how I'm lazy. Yeah, it's my bad, I'm that lazy. But they were all activated, and early this morning I found it there. I didn't reach my TP. My TP was there. It didn't reach my TP. I brought my stop loss orders in profits, and they were taken out this morning. So that's how that trade went yesterday. So for now, I can delete everything, but before I delete everything right there, let's look at this. This was a first TP right there. It was hit and then it reversed. This one right here was the second TP. That's the one I was looking for. It was not hit. So price has reacted now back to this confluence or fair value gap again, second time. So delete everything right now, right here. This order block is very important, so first leave it. Yeah, delete that right there. Alright, so now let's look at today. Go back to H1. In fact, start from H4. We are looking for buys. D1. We are looking for a retest to now confirm the reversal. So according to D1, we are looking for the retest. I have my trend line drawn right here. We get my trend line drawn right there. This is H4. And then right there, that becomes a pennant. This becomes a pennant if that is the case, then it tells us we're still going to sell. We are still going to sell. Weird, but that's the fact there. That's the fact. It means we are going to continue selling. So go to H1. What is the liquidity left back here? Right here, there's that fair value gap on H1. Take this away. There's that liquidity on H1. Go to H4. It's an order block right there. So is there enough confluence? Not really. So price may actually react to where there is this previous confluence right there. So price, in as much as we have in as much as we have this right here, that liquidity on H1, price may leave it. Price may go for it, or it may not even reach it, but it may actually go for that, which is where we are seeing some confluence, price confluence there. So price may actually go for that, grab it, then get into sales again. So right now the anticipation is price to do this, and price may also get up there. So those are my two options, this or that. When price reaches here, to go up there, or to go and react from that confluence level to get us into sales once again. I think that's enough on that, but there is some reaction right there where we are currently. There's some reaction, price reaction, because of that. So price is likely to come back up right into that. That's where we are seeing the change of character happening from. That was a change of character right there. So price is likely to mitigate that, and then come into sales according to M15. So if it goes there and fails to break that and to continue, then I'll be making my sales right here if it gives me any momentum to sell right when it reacts back there. Alright, I think we now know how we are going to sell this asset. Reaction back there, and then we look for our sales. I'm not going to put a sell limit there. I think I have enough time to wait for such a move. But if price breaks this level, then it is going to continue all the way down. So don't be rigid and you wait for only that move. Even price can get enough momentum. It's not us, we are not market movers. These guys can push the breakout right here to go all the way down below immediately without retesting back. So you don't have to have yourself rigid and look in one direction. You just have to follow the market, what it gives you. This is liquidity left back, but these market movers can push price even to go right now all the way to this level. So be ready for that. I have enough lines so I can easily delete that. We already know that's the move that we are in currently. Excuse me, a minute. So I've talked a lot on jump 50. Let's go to jump 25. We have about 7 minutes to close today's session. Jump 25. So jump 25, I wanted a pullback yesterday right there, so that I can continue with the sales. And I had even I think I had a limit order waiting here yesterday, and surprisingly it was activated and I made a loss right there. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I had those limit orders and they activated, and once I saw this break of structure, I knew it was not going to come back, so that's why I never entered again. Yeah, that is a loss I made, but the profits we made on the other assets, they actually mitigated that loss. Alright, so enough of that. That was yesterday. This never happened, so we can delete it. It followed what happened only here and there, so it never had any reason to go back up. So that was my bad. Every day you learn something. Alright, so take out that, take out this. Let's look at daily time frame. What are we having? We are looking at pullback. To where? I don't see any point of interest left back. I don't see price reaching all the way this level. This is the fair value gap. Some big momentum, some liquidity left back here on that fair value gap on the daily time frame. That is the one I may see, but then the momentum that we currently see is likely not to reach that level unless we see a reversal signal right here. If price breaks that level, that will be a reversal signal for us. Why? This is a previous higher low. This is a higher high. Price failed to create a higher high, a new higher high right there. According to H1, you can see there, price never broke that previous high to give us a new high. It's only the wicks. So that means this makes this as our previous higher low. So if price breaks it, that means we start to see lower lows and lower highs. So that's what we'll be looking at. That is price action for us there. So what do we do? Go to H4. This was disrespected. It means now the bias, the overall bias is sells. This was our change of character on H4, so it clearly tells we are selling. All we need now is price to finish creating a lower low, and supposedly we may see price, we are likely to see price reacting to this level. Yeah, we are likely to see price reacting to this level. Why is so? It's a previous lower low, or call it a lower high. It's where we first saw that change of character, and then that is a previous lower low. Actually, that is a previous lower low on H4. So price, if it reacts to it, that will be our support. It's our support area right there, and that's why we are anticipating price to react to this level. So we wait. For now, it's a no-go. Don't waste your time on it. We will keep waiting. And on the daily, we have seen some points of interest left back, points of liquidity, such like that. This one above, which price may not even go back to. Yeah, price may not react back to it. It is a small one right there. So if price breaks this, all we need is a retest, as usual. A retest, either there or there. So all we need will be just a retest to now push us into sales according to daily time frame. All right, enough of jump 25. Let's head over to jump 10 as we wind up today's analysis. And this has finally reached what we needed. This was yesterday's analysis, those who remember. Sells to reach here, and then we start buys. We have actually missed buys for the last 8 hours. Yeah, for the last 8 hours we've missed the buy entry. So price reached this level, reacted back. I think some may have started to think we are now getting into buys, but only to become a fake move. Looking for that liquidity on that fair value gap right there. Started into sell, reacted back, got into sell, reached our level. This was our level of entry. Now if you clearly see on H1, we have that change of character. That is our change of character right there. H1, that is a change of character. That tells us that price is going to go up, probably break this previous high right there, this previous lower high right there, break it, and then bring us to test that fair value gap right in there, and then we get our entry to push us into buys once again. So what do? Wait. We wait until price starts to give us this move. If price fails to break that level right there, then price may still come back down, all the way down. May still come all the way down. If price fails to break this resistance right there, then price may actually go up. But if it breaks it and gives us a new high, then it will react on that level and we get into buys. So let's wait and see how this plays out on jump 10, because if you clearly see, it's not yet oversold. So if it fails to break that, then it will come back to try and push price to oversold level. It can even give you a fake breakout right here. Remember, H1 we are looking for buys, but the reversal is not yet confirmed. So that's why this move to actually come back all the way here is very valid. First, take this out. This move is very valid to bring price all the way back to this area. It's very valid, so that we can see a sort of a double bottom, or call it a new lower low, not a lower low, because I anticipate price to come here and it fails to create a new lower low, just like it did here. It failed to create a new lower low right there, because it's only the wicks that have broken out right there. So that will be ushering us into giving us a change of character, which will mean we have a reversal signal, which will mean we enter our buy trades right in here. Around this area we are going to have our buy entries. So now that we know this move is actually valid of this sell to bring us back all the way down, then we can shift back to M15. And of course, M15 will be giving us the confirmation of that sell. You can clearly see it on CCI that we are overbought. Price is overbought, and now all we need is kind of some confirmation on M5. We need a confirmation, reversal kind of confirmation to price wants price to be below a 10 MA, or price to give us some kind of change of character into the downtrend, and that will be enough for us to push for this kind of move. So that's what we will wait for on M5, and that's how we will enter the sell today on this asset. I think I've talked a lot, enough of all this. Let's now wait for the reversal of M5 so that we can enter that sell to bring us all the way down below, I told you we left some enough that liquidity, so price has to come and mitigate it. Yeah, so it has to come, actually it has to come today. So let's wait for that move on M5 and we'll be entering that sell. All right, I think that's enough. Let's do the recap and we call it a day. Remember, you can also be part of the Signals platform by subscribing monthly $15, and be part of the Signals platform. Also, you can be part of the mentorship class. Every month we have a class, so you can be part of one and learn how to trade like me. We have two packages. One is a one-on-one where you dictate your own time of study, which is at $300 when you want to subscribe for that. But if you want the basic one, it is $110, where I decide the hours and days of study. Yeah. All right. So crash, we are looking for the buy. So wow, price has failed to activate my limit order, that other limit order, but it's not yet done, so it's likely to come back again. So this is a limit order I put when we started to give me another entry to push for the buys, because we need buys according to M15. According to M15, we need some buys, even though H1 is still looking for some sells. Yeah. Even though H1, according to CCI, it is showing us we need sells, but we are looking at price action right here. We had a change of character, so price came back to reacting to that level to get back us into buys. And this right here, one may say that was a change, that was a break of structure, weird one, not significant though. It's not significant. Okay, let me use the crosshair. Yeah, it's not a significant one, but we'll take our chances. Let's wait and see what happens right there. All right, go to Boom 1000. Yeah, Boom 1000. The buy that we entered is trying to do a what? It's trying to do a retest. There's that fair value gap right there. So there's that order block where price actually, where that big move started from to give us that. So it's likely to come back to this level. So what do we do? I put another limit order right here. Yeah, I have to put another limit order right there, just a bit above that order block, because sometimes because of the spread it is not mitigated. It is not activated. So for now, I will have another limit order right there. My stop loss is just always here. It's going to be there. I'm not going to move it. I don't want to risk beyond this. No, this is a conference area. It should hold. It should hold. It should hold. All right, that is enough on V Boom 500. We are looking for buys to push us right up there. Boom 500, we need price to react back, then we can enter buys. Price has actually reacted back to that area. Are we ready to enter? This is a fake breakout. It's H1. I think we are ready. We are ready. M15 is, M5 actually is not yet ready. So it tells me it's likely to come to that order block on M5, but also there's that fair value gap on M5. So one of those levels price is going to react to and give us an entry, one of these levels. So what do? Go to M15, first head back down. What is that? Yeah. H1, H4. Alright, so I'll put my limit order in between here. Use 0.5 right there. Put your limit order right in here, and another one just on this order block. Those are my two entry points. Right there. So if price reaches here, I'll be anticipating my entries for the buys without a doubt on M5, because M15 I need buys, H1 I need buys. Yeah. Wait a minute. Have your stop losses just below where I need to understand where to put my stop loss so that I don't risk a lot. Okay, it's not giving me what I want. Go to H1, H4 daily, weekly. So the point of interest right there. So it's likely to come to it. H4. Daily. Alright. So let's understand what game this is trying to give us. So price failed to go back up. It might continue selling. So first remove these orders. It's likely to continue selling. Yeah, it's likely to continue selling. Our first point is there. The other point, those are lower points that I had already shown. The other point is here. So the first leg of that kind of sell is this leg, meaning it will be pushing us right there. So since it failed to break to go up back there, our sell orders were supposed to start from there. Yeah, from what I've just seen. So for now, not really. I'm not going to enter from where I needed right here, when I needed to enter, unless I have a confirmed reversal on M15. Yeah, actually on M15. If I have a confirmed reversal signal on M15, then I will enter this kind of move. But if I don't get it, no business. So this will be continuing with a sell to push us all the way down below to that level, to this level. So for now, please don't make any mistake of entering buys now. Just wait. V25S, we said, I'm in a floating loss. Actually, I'm going to be very okay with taking my losses right here. I'm not exceeding that level. I'm not exceeding that level, because clearly on H1 we needed, this would have been a retest to usher us into more buys. but surprisingly, I'm not sure where it got its momentum to continue with the sells. Let's first go to the left to see why I have this. It's a fair value gap on M15. So that fair value gap, I can only and only adjust my price to be below it. Do I need to? There's another point of interest right in here on M15, which is a fair value gap also. So I don't need to. I will leave that. Just put it below. I will leave that there. And when price reacts to it and takes me out, I'm okay with that, because this move, it will eventually happen, because that is a big liquidity left back. That is a big liquidity left back. Price will have to, in one way or another, to come for it and mitigate it. So for now, delete everything right there and leave it to pray with it. This has failed to come for this move, but like I said, we know it's going to go up there so that we can start ourselves from that level. So for now, no entries, no nothing. That is on V75. Jump 50, we need a pullback there so that we can enter ourselves properly. So for now, nothing. We wait. We are not ready for the entry yet. The entry is not ready. According to M15, M5 I mean, we have a change of character, so it may come back here and then give you an entry, a short entry for the buy move to reach there. Short entry for the buy move to get up there. Yeah, so for now, I may not even enter it, I'm just showing it to you guys. Those who love scalping trades, that will be a good scalping trade. Jump, that was jump 50, leave it on M15. Go to jump 25. We need prices likely to continue with a sell, and we need it to break through. So the whole of today, like I said, it's likely to be a sell. So we have no entry, we have nothing. We can't do anything right here. So all we need is price to break that level, and that will be our change of character level right here, so that we can anticipate a reversal signal, then we can continue with a sell. Jump 10 is our last trade. We need price to either break. Once it breaks, that will mean we will have a reversal signal, but if it fails to break, then it will actually push us right here to this level. So for now, we were looking for price to actually continue sell to give us a change of character just like there, but it is still failing. So for now, we have nothing. We wait for price to do what it wants to do. If it breaks that level, then it will give us a new high, which will mean the retest will give us an entry for the buys. If it fails to break to give us a new high, then it will continue with the sell to bring us all the way to this level, so that we can confirm the reversal signal on H4. I think that's it for today. I hope you guys had a great time. Please, if you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and like it. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Yes, guys, give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and like the stream. And if you've never subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It will do us good. It will do us good. Go ahead and do that. We will appreciate it as we grow the community together. I want to wish you guys a good day. Remember, always trade with knowing what you can afford to risk, meaning you know your risk tolerance. Normally, I advise 2 to 3% per trade. 2 to 3% per trade. 3% of your account. You have to understand that 3% of your account, that's what you need to look at risking. But also, If you are targeting, I always advise 10%. So you risk 2 to 3, but also you target 10%, meaning 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. That's what you're looking at. So if you hit your target per day, if you hit your 10%, you move out. You move out of that trade. You can get another good rated trade, and you even enter another trade, and you even exceed your percent of the day, your target of the day. But most of the times I advise my students to first be consistent with the 10%, and also with the risk. If you risk 2 trades, you don't go back into the market. You just close your charts and move out. It means every day you can only afford to risk 6%, maximum of 6%. That is even too high. I would suggest to only risk a maximum of 4% of your account. Every day you only risk maximum of 4%, meaning every trade you're looking at a maximum of 2%. If you risk 2% and you lose that trade, you enter another trade, you risk also 2% and you lose it, you stop from there trading, you wait for another day. That is how we do it. That is risk management for you guys. I teach a lot about it when I'm in the mentoring class, when I'm training guys, when I'm teaching guys. So you need to understand that you can never be profitable consistently if you don't apply risk management. All right, enough of chit chat. Hope it helps one or two people right here. I want to wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Have a nice day. Bye bye, guys.